Hi guys, how you doing? I'm doing okay. Um, in this video, I'm gonna ask one question. And that question is, who says? Who says? And I think that's a great question to ask because there are so many things that we just accept without question. And it's like, we can't question it, we can't object to it, we can't change it. And we just blindly accept what we're told. Question is, who first said it? Who first said it and why? And why, after it was first said, was it accepted as though it were gospel truth, as though it were cemented in stone? And that's something I don't understand. How some things, once it's said, is boom, it's accepted without question. Not questioned, not challenged. And there are two things that come to mind. Who says World War III must be a nuclear war? Who says? Where is it written in stone that we can't have World War III that is not nuclear? Okay, where total annihilation. Where is it written? Why can't we have a World War III, a World War IV, a World War V? I'm not saying we should, because somebody said that, and somebody said this, and I don't know who said it, that World War IV is going to be fought with rocks and sticks. Okay, or something along those lines. I'm like, and it's accepted. It's actually accepted. This one idea that World War IV will be fought with sticks and rocks. Oh, really? Have you traveled in Doc Brown's DeLorean into the future and then came back and told us this? Are you a fortune teller? Are you a seer? A psychic? That you know for a bona fide fact that World War IV is going to be fought with sticks and rocks. You are so sure of this that it's boom, cemented in all of our thinking that World War III is nuclear annihilation. Why? It has got to that point where, now, World War, let's look at that closely, right? World War, where the whole world is at war. Okay, let's take the most simplest of this. World War II. Okay. Was the entire world involved in World War II? Think about it. Was Antarctica involved in it? Was South America involved in it? Was Canada involved in it? Was Australia involved in it? Was Palestine at the time? Africa, was Africa involved? North Africa, yeah. But what about the rest of the continent? What about the Congo? What about India? What about Iran, Iraq, Israel, well, Palestine then. What about Greece? What about Spain, Portugal, Chile, Peru, um, Argentina? Were they involved in the war also? Were they under attack? Mm-mm. If you think about it, not the entire world was involved in World War II. There were so many countries that were not involved in World War II, and yet we called it World War II. And let's take World War I. I mean, what do we really know about the Great War, World War I? World War I was buried so much that I don't even know much about it. Nobody really talks about World War I. The only thing we know about World War I is that that is the war that Hitler fought as an officer and one that he vowed to redeem Germany about. But all I know about World War I is Germany and the United States. That's it. I really don't know much about how that war started. So I really don't know much about it. But World War II we know much more about. And I would say that the entire world was not involved in a world war. There were many, many countries that had no involvement in World War II. Many countries. Many. Mexico. Hey, let's take Mexico. Was Mexico involved? Was Canada? Argentina? Brazil? Was Brazil involved? Was South Africa involved? Was Australia involved? Was New Zealand involved? Right? Was the Korean Peninsula involved in World War II? What was going on there in the 1930s and 1940s? Right? Now, we know about London, but what about Ireland? What about Sweden? What about, Sweden. Sweden and, let's see, what else? Iceland. Well, let's take Sweden, for example, right? Was Sweden involved? Switzerland was not involved. Whoa. Switzerland we know was not involved. In fact, Switzerland was an island of peace surrounded by the whole war. So do we call it a world war because Switzerland wasn't involved? Yeah, we still call it a world war, even though the entire world was not involved. So for World War I and World War II, the entire world was not involved. But World War III, yes. Yes. We call it World War III because the entire world is affected. According to whomever called it World War III. But we're in World War III right now, if we think about it. What was World War II? World War II, there was an Axis. There were three countries part of the Axis. Germany, Italy, and Japan. And they waged war and terror and control throughout the region, throughout other countries, not throughout the entire world. So they were linked together. Germany was Germany was ground zero, okay? Japan and Italy, okay? They were jointed. They were part of the Axis, but Germany was the stronghold. They were the focus. They were where the center is. And Japan and Italy We're just neighbors of that axis. So what do we have now? Well, instead of Nazi Germany, we have Iran. Iran, who is spreading terror throughout the region and attaching itself to other countries. Spreading terror like Nazi Germany did. And while Iran is the center, while Nazi Germany was the center, they're tied into China and Russia and North Korea. I was going to say North Dakota. North Korea. So now we are fighting against Iran just like we fought against Nazi Germany 100 years ago. Almost. And Iran is connected to other countries, Saudi Arabia. You know, they're trying to terrorize the region. But the thing is, Iran is the center stronghold because the others, Russia and China and North Korea, and they're spreading terror to the region. But they're the stronghold. They have the control. They're the center point. All the other countries are part of that network. Just like Japan and Italy was part of the Axis network during World War II. So why can't we call this World War III? Why can't we? It's structured the same way. You know, I mean, if you really, really think about it, it's structured the same way World War II was. And what about ISIS? Now, if that isn't spreading terror like Nazi Germany did, I don't know what does. So we were more trying to destroy ISIS, trying to change Iran. Because Iran, you know, so it's like, why not call what we're going through now World War III? Why can't we have a World War IV and a World War V? I'm not saying we should. But I'm saying, why does World War III is the cutoff point? Why is World War III the cutoff point? Boom. That's it. End of the world, World War III. No 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8. Why? Who says? Who says World War III is the cutoff point? And nothing after that, except with sticks and stones. Well, World War IV is going to be fought with sticks and stones. Yeah, somebody said that, and it was accepted without question. And now everybody believes it. But somebody had to be the first to say that. Someone had to be the first to say World War IV is fought with sticks and stones. And, oh, yeah, that's the truth. That is the gosh darn truth. And anybody who says differently is wrong. Who says? This is my challenge. I want to know who said that and why we accept it as though it were fact. That World War III is nuclear annihilation and World War IV is fought with sticks and stones. Why? Why? Who said it? And why do we accept it? Who said it? And when? When did they say it? Did they have some psychic foresight into the future? I mean, come on. You know, this is something I don't understand. And why I ask the question, who says? Who says? Now, I have a second question. Who says that Democrat and liberal, anything that a Democrat or liberal says is free speech, but anything, I mean anything that a conservative or Republican says is called hate speech. Why? Who says? Okay, I'm a conservative and I say the sky is blue. Now, are you going to call that hate speech? Because a conservative said the sky is blue. Oh, he said the sky is blue, it's hate speech because he's a conservative and he supports Trump, so that's hate speech that he said. The sky is blue. A conservative Republican said the sky is blue. But, that's hate speech. Because a Republican conservative and Trump supporter says the sky is blue. I'll give you another one. A conservative Republican Trump supporter says that love can be between consenting adults regardless of gender. Now, are you going to call that hate speech? I'm exercising my free speech as a conservative to say that gays and lesbians are normal. There's nothing wrong with them, and love is between two consenting adults, regardless of gender or any other thing. And you can call that hate speech because a conservative Republican Trump supporter says that marriage of gays or lesbians is all right. Nothing problem with that. I'll go to your wedding. I'll go to your wedding. As a supporter of the LGBT community, I will go to your wedding as a conservative supporter of the LGBT community. But you're going to call that hate speech because a conservative Trump supporter, Republican, said there is nothing wrong with LGBTQ. You can call that hate speech because I said it. Who says so? Who says that anything, and I mean anything, that a conservative Republican Trump supporter says is hate speech? Who says? I challenge anybody. Tell me who said that. And this is why we accept crap. And I don't know why we do. What we're told is crap. If you are conservative, you must be far right. There can't be any middle of the ground there. A very good friend of mine said that. Another friend of mine said, you can't support Trump and be, for abortion. You can't be for Trump and support gays and lesbians. It's impossible. Really? Are you gonna? Who says? Who says it's impossible that a conservative Republican can support LGBTQ and the Bible? Who says? Who says? And these are my two questions for who says that I want to present to you guys. Because I challenge this. I don't understand why we accept things like this. Like somebody died and let them boss. I don't understand that. If I support the LGBT community and I'm a conservative, there's nothing wrong with that. And it's not hate speech. If I support the LGBT community as a conservative Republican, and I do not understand where it's written in stone that a conservative Republican must follow a certain critique or something. That if you're a conservative Republican, boom, you're the enemy, and anything you say is considered hate speech. I support LGBT community. That's hate speech. I said I support it. I say two men or two women fall in love, I will go to their wedding. I would run their wedding. I'm happy for them. How is that hate speech? Well, you're a conservative Republican, that's why it's hate speech. So, I don't know who says this stuff. So anyway, that's what I'll leave you with. Two insane statements that we accept without question. Who says? Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening in. I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye.